Hi everybody, today is the day. We are actually putting this lovely warm ochre, I would call it a warm ochre color, onto the walls here in the library. And the name of it is called Wharf Sacking, and it's by Mylands, and it's beautiful paint. And it's really gonna, I think, make this room feel a lot cozier. Thank goodness Malcolm came and led me in down the right path. So I've got John here today, and with the ceiling now done, John and his team have cleaned all the walls and prepped them to get ready for really the first coat of paint to be put on. So John and I are here, and we're cutting in today, and then perhaps we will be able to do the fun bit, rolling it on. I'm sure I'm a much slower painter than John, but he's been doing this for years, and I've only recently just started with the Muniment room, everybody, as you know, but I do find it quite therapeutic. You can really see the difference between this color and the color that was. So after the walls have been cleaned, you can see that the color that the wall was actually more of a, I don't know, beige with a hint of yellow. But yeah, it's going to transform this room. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it for today because John and I have done the cutting in and the first coat of this lovely sort of warm ochre color is what I kind of call it, called Wharf Sacking from Mylands Paint. And I also just want to say a huge thank you to our Mapperton Live patrons. Because of their support, we're able to redecorate this room. So I just want to say a huge, huge thank you to our Mapperton Live patrons. I mean, incredible. Now, Darren has done a fantastic job getting rid of the tar back here. Do you remember these two big black streaks? Really getting rid of the tar and just giving the stone here a nice, not taking away any of the patina or anything like that, but it just needed to have a little bit of a clean, if you like, getting rid of some of the smoke that had gone into the stone. And yeah, I think it looks better.
I'm here today with Darren, who has got a power drill in his hand, which means that you mean business, Darren.
Well, kind of. We're just undoing the phosphor bronze fixings in the top to see if we can reuse them again without actually taking the top two layers off.
This is all about the eagles, which of course are coming back to Mapperton. They are going back up here. They have been lovingly restored by Mike White, who has nearly finished putting all the lead back in, I believe. But we've got other issues. So it's not just a question of repairing the eagles, we've got stonework problems. Darren, can you sort of describe generally what the worry is with the stonework?
The problem with the stonework is we've got a bit of iron ingress, which is obviously...
What, here, linked to this, you mean?
Which is obviously jacked up this left-hand gate pier.
We've got an iron fixture that's gone in here. The iron has disintegrated.
No, it's expanded.
It's expanded.
So it's like, in theory, it's like a concrete cancer. You know what I mean? In concrete lintels and stuff, obviously it gets wet. Yeah. It expands and it jacks the building up.
And so where I can see this crack here, that's because it's lifted it up.
It's expanded and lifted it up.
And that makes the top half of the pillar unstable,
well,
potentially.
Just loose, you know what I mean? Like you say, there's a bit of movement in there, but obviously we've got to restrict. The one on the other side, we haven't got a problem. There's no movement in that side. As we think, but whatever we do to this one, we'll put a fix in it.
What's the plan? What's the solution?
Well, we think we're going to be able to put a stainless steel dowel from the back side across.
So coming from this side?
From the back edge, you know what I mean? And obviously pinning it down through.
I see.
So in theory, that would stop.
Do we take that out?
That's going to have to go.
That has to come out.
Yeah, because if not, it's going to create another problem later date.
Which means these wonderful gates are going to have to come off.
Well, yes.
What's the chances of them staying upright after we take them off?
Well, I wouldn't want to put money on it.
No, you wouldn't put money on it, would you? As you can see, the gates have definitely seen better days, possibly better centuries.
Yes, I don't think they're going to close again. If they do, they might.
Well, we will put them lovingly in the North Stable Block, which is where things like this end up at Mapperton, and at some point we will get them back. So this comes out. You've got a dowel going through that gives you some strength. To sort of support the whole thing. And once that's done, are you then confident we can just put the plinth on the top?
We think so, yeah. You know what I mean? Because obviously, once I've seen Mike and we fix the plinths, we know exactly how the tip's going to work, sort of thing. At the moment, that's the unknown.
Right, so because the plinth, if the eagle is leaning forward with a lot of lead weight, then it's pulling the back end, isn't it?
Right.
And that's what you've got to work out.
Well, with the old fixings, if we do it like for like, we shouldn't have a problem.
Right.
But we might put an extra one in.
Right. Sounds like an extra one is a good idea.
A belt and braces sort of thing, but it all depends on where the eagle tail finishes to get the fixing in.
Right. These eagles are complicated. I mean, you know, I thought they would just come off, have a bit of super glue back up again, and the eagles are ready to go on the plinths. I heard that you might be going to oversee their installation on the plinths very soon.
But between me and Mike, we've got to be there because obviously he doesn't know the size of the plinths because obviously there's none left.
Yeah.
I know the size of the plinth, but his legs might be in a different aperture.
Right. So it's like some complicated Lego coming together.
Basically, we've got to drill some holes, but he doesn't know where, I mean, obviously, where they were two and it fell over, the legs were cut off to get it down, so he's put them back on, but they might be in a different...
They might be out of sync, out of alignment. So you're basically getting a template from the top and seeing what you can reuse.
Hopefully the fixings are in two different places.
Yeah.
So obviously we want to make sure the left eagle, if you're looking that way, the holes are drilled in the plinth that side correct and the right way up.
That's true.
And then this side, because their pins are slightly different, we want to make sure the right ones
is in the right side.
So we make sure the eagles are looking
the right way.
The right way.
It would be bad if they were both looking out that way, wouldn't they?
That's right, yeah, because they're both looking, as I can remember, looking in.
They are looking in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not looking in, possibly at each other. All right, well, this is very important that we match our eagles perfectly. Yeah. So these are the bases that the eagles are going to be going on. Those are the plinths.
Yeah, those are the plinths, yeah.
Yeah. So the plinths sit, because there's already a plinth there.
Yeah, that one's got to come off.
That one's got to come off, and that one sits on top of that.
Yeah.
Is that going to match the stone over time? Will it weather to the same?
It's Portland stone, so obviously it will tone down. We might have to obviously
do a bit of
like
fancy
you say.
stuff. Yeah. Okay.
But obviously it's Portland that was up there, and the rest of it's hamstone. Yeah. And so we're changing it like for like, you know what I mean? Obviously they're going to be new pieces of stone, clean, you know what I mean? But they're going to be the same age as what's up there anyway. So,
Darren, I shall leave you be, and good luck with the fixtures on the top.
Yeah.
And not long now until the eagles come back to Mapperton. And guess what? We are almost at our fundraising goal. We have done astonishingly well, and we're incredibly grateful for everybody who has supported this important return of a piece of England's heritage. If you're still interested in supporting Mapperton Eagles, please do go and find a link in the description down below, gofundme.com/Mapperton Eagles.
Everybody?
Yep, okay.
We ready?
We're ready.
What are we doing today?
Take this flap down.
So we're gonna reveal the bookcase that we didn't paint because of the fragility of the books.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to look nice with the paint color. What do you think?
Yeah, nice, isn't it?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good, nice change.
Different.
So we're getting ready for the new American Heiress exhibition, everybody, and this, we're now going to see the state of the floors underneath. But I think they're all right, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all right. There's been nothing spilt on it.
No, and I don't think I need to necessarily do anything to them. I'm going to have a little look. I might do a little, okay.
What we need to do first of all is to cut all the way around the bottom of there.
Yeah, with the box cutter. Yeah, I've got one.
But the idea is to leave that on there till last.
Okay.
Because there'll be dust on this floor.
Yeah.
So I got a pair of scissors.
I've got a box cutter. Should I get a box cutter or no?
We just want to cut it about 150 mil off the floor.
Okay. Okay.
And then we can...
and then we can start to pull this away.
Pull this away and then leave that till last, and then we hoover the floor, then pull that down last, and there'll be no dust on the books.
And there'll be no dust on the books. All right, everybody, I just want to give a huge shout out to Raymond here, who so many of you absolutely adore anyway. But this wood burner is like, it looks brand new. Raymond, what did you do to make it look so spectacular?
Well, I washed it all off, washed the rust off, and then I've used the very, very old-fashioned stuff called zebrite, which our mums and dads used it years ago. You can still get it.
Moms and dads used it years ago.
It's a very good stuff. It's like a,
Well, it is good, because look at it.
yeah.
Look at this.
That's all it needs, is a bit of zebrite every now and again. I've cleaned the glass, so...
I know, the glass, you can actually see through it, everybody. I can see my red boiler suit.
Yeah. Use it for a mirror.
You can. And then Darren, stonemason, amazing stonemason, has really tidied up the stone around the fireplace. It's great. What do you, Raymond? What do you think of the library?
I like it now. It's brought it up a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to do that one day, are you?
Yeah, we'll paint that bookcase, everybody, the same color as the woodwork, but that was just going to be a bigger job because it's just, yeah.
Monumental job.
Yeah, it would have been a monumental job, but gosh, it's looking nice.
It looks nice when it's painted at the back,
Yeah, doesn't it?
It wouldn't finish along the top.
No, it does. It looks so much nicer.
The sun is out for the first time I can remember at Mapperton, and that's a good thing because today we have our volunteers lunch. This is the lunch where we celebrate all the wonderful people who come and help out at Mapperton. Julie and I give a bit of a talk, say what's going on, and but anyway, it's early in the day, so we're just setting up. So I'm hoping I'm going to find Rob and also Lucy, who has just joined us as our new chef. I thought I'd find Rob. Rob, we're setting up for the volunteers. Good morning. Let's say good morning. That is important, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, something's beeping at us.
That's the cooker.
Is
the happy sound when something's ready. That's great.
It's announcing food.
Yes, you want to come in?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go and have a look. Right. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Good. We got a camera here. Okay. This is wonderful Lucy, who's joined Mapperton and is doing the cooking for the season, which is fantastic, and the baking and everything else. We got something baking in here, Chris. Quick, come and have a look. Cake?
Yeah, cake.
What kind of cake have we got?
Victoria sponge.
Victoria sponge, yeah.
We've got a gluten-free carrot cake for Victoria sponge, and it's lasagna for vegetable lasagna.
That looks like some cream or some icing. Icing for that. Nice, excellent, fantastic. And yeah, and then we set the table through here. We're all good to go. I've got to set up, Rob. I got a new little Apple box.
Okay, just for the
projector,
Brilliant.
exactly, but also for your entertainment.
Yeah.
We're planning some fabulous things here.
I'd really like to get the music on
the
this morning,
big screen.
if I could. Just a
We'll
little
get the
bit of
music
fun or
on.
something.
Let's get the music on.
Yeah.
Right, look at this. Yeah, fabulous.
Almost finished. Get some more wine glasses, and we're done. I
Yeah.
think.
And you'll notice that Mapperton's security is in full effect here. We're using umbrellas to keep the doors locked. Don't tell
They're
don't
super
tell
strong
anyone.
umbrellas.
They are.
They are.
Titanium
yes, they
or
are
something
titanium,
like that. Yeah.
exactly.
Don't even think about trying to break in with our umbrellas.
Graphene.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, all set, and looking forward to
Can't
people
wait.
arriving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a good day.
On we go.
Brilliant.
He's just about to see it, everybody. For the first time.
Well, it's the first time seeing the whole thing together, and wow! I mean, I think it's a big triumph. I think the wall colour, as we hoped, really reflects the stone. Oh my goodness! Look at the wood. Look at the wood burner.
That is Raymond.
Is that brand new? Looks brand new.
No, but it's Raymond, who has done an outstanding.
We could fry some eggs on this, I think. Chris, you want to have some fried eggs on the wood burner?
Scrambled for me.
Scrambled, all right, they're coming your way. Look at this.
So we've taken, and you can see now how the colors work really well with the tan and this rich red leather that's on all of your wonderful forebears, journals and books. So I've got a little job for you.
She's got a job for me, that's okay.
Let's do this carpet. So
okay.
This is going to be the exhibition space, everybody, while we're open to the public. So we probably won't have these chairs in here. We'll move them out. But what I want to do now is just kind of get the space ready. I'm going to put the books back in these two bookshelves here. My A1 boards will be hanging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they will be covering the books. And then on top of the piano is where we'll have lots of different frames, which I've been sourcing at sort of charity shops of Alberta and her family. And then the display case is going to go here, and that will have her book of receipts, her journals. She's got 3 of them. Her diary, the Bible that she held as she walked down the aisle, and some of her letters that were really quite profound and moving and touching. And so 2 portable, what we call portable display boxes over there. We'll have the display case here. And then we're gonna have a really exciting mannequin that's being made now, because it's a proper preservation sort of mannequin that will, her Fortuné dress will go on, which I recently discovered.
It's going to be an amazing exhibition. So make sure if you are anywhere near the UK, and even if you're not, hop on a flight, come over and see the American House. So I have got one little special request. Because the exhibition isn't starting for a couple of weeks, can we just get this back to being a library for a weekend?
Yeah, for a weekend. And then
For a weekend,
For a
hooray!
weekend. Okay.
Right, so we've got new armchairs, we've got carpets, we've got the leather sofa out there. That's kind of all we need.
Well, I'll put the books back on as well, because then they need to go in and make it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I also just wanted to mention to everybody, so many of you have said, oh my gosh, I can't make it over. I really want to see a tour of the house as we're opening back up to the public, or you want to see the American exhibition, there are two ways. Number one is we have two different sets of Buy Me a Coffee set up. We've got Buy Me a Coffee for a tour of the house. And again, all of those donations go towards our preserving this part of England's heritage. So you can get a whole tour of the house. And then on top of that, there's another Buy Me a Coffee, which will give you a special link once the exhibition is set up of just, and hosted by me, by yours truly. I will be the tour guide of the whole entire American exhibition. So if you want a tour of the house, do check out that Buy Me a Coffee link. If you want the exhibition, do check out that link as well. Both of them really, really do support these projects that we're putting on here at Mapperton.
Let's get going.
Okay, let's get going.
Sitting in the library, enjoying a good book. Right, there we go.
In preparation of our Gilded Age American Heiress exhibition, we're going to be creating sort of 5 A1 boards that will be telling the story. So we're going to have 5 different boards telling the story. And in these 5 different boards, we're going to start with the American origins. And that's what I'm going to be working on today. I've looked at doing is, because people are going to be coming through the exhibition and you want to be able to tell the story as concisely as possible, but without having overwhelming too much information. So you can see here, the boards are going to be about this long and a couple centimeters on either side, but that's all right for purposes of this. I'm fine with that. Now I've got to be able to just find some paperweights here and put these down. For me, creatively, it's just going to help me think how I want to use these A1 boards. Now I have a template that has been made. So a template's been made, and which helps a lot. So under each heading, there's going to be like 3 subheadings. So for example, this one will be called, let's say, American origins, yeah? And from that, I'm gonna derive where the wealth came from, and with pictures as well. So it really starts with Solomon Sturgis, which he was Alberta's grandfather and the father of William Sturgis. So I'm gonna sort of, in one sense, I've got a picture of the bust of Solomon Sturgis. It's hanging on the wall over there. I'm going to put that over there. And this is going to be sort of Solomon Sturgis, and linking then to his bank. So the other picture I want to be able to show people is this enormous bank that they had, the family had in Chicago. So again, the bank, and that's going to give me just this, so I'm going to put Solomon Sturgis bust here, the bust. This is going to be Sturgis, this is Solomon Sturgis and Sons Bank. That's where that photo is going to go. And within here, I have about 445 characters, so it's not a lot. So it's roughly around, let's just say for purposes of this, about 75 words that I can put here, 75 words that I can put here about the bank. And because it's Solomon Sturgis and Sons Bank, I'm also going to insert, just sort of overlay on top of it, a picture of William Sturgis. That's Alberta's father. So this is William Sturgis here. Is what I'm thinking. He very, very much loved his daughter Alberta. And so what I might bring in here is a lovely passage that that he wrote to Alberta, and it's really quite sweet. So I'm going to bring that letter in, just some of the words from that. Again, I've got 75 words. So letter from William Sturgis to Alberta Sturgis, which I just show, it can show the relationship between the two of them. So the last photo I'm going to have is the photo of the family's enormous house on the corner of Pine and Huron in Chicago. And it was built by Solomon Sturgis, but it unfortunately, it burned down in the Great Chicago Fires. But I am going to put this here. I mean, it's just this vast house. I have a photo of it. So house on, so I'll put family home. That's going to be my photo there. On the corner of Huron and Pine. But I also want to make a connection because I think it's also really important that there were these Chicago connections, these Chicago origins. So Alberta's first cousin, Kate Sturgis Buckingham, her mother, Kate Sturgis Buckingham's mother, was the sister of William Sturgis, and she later on, much later on, she commissioned Buckingham Fountain as in memory of her brother. And yeah, she commissioned these famous architects from Paris. And I'm just going to put that in there as well, the picture of Buckingham Fountain. And I think, I don't know if it will make it, but I hope it will make it as far as telling the story. It might be too much, but sometimes this is why you have to creatively look at how it's going to be laid out. So again, I've got 75 words for each of these subheadings. And I think the one subheading is sort of Solomon Sturgis. Then we have, you know, the, and kind of his wealth, the start of the wealth through the grain elevator. That's really important. So I'm going to put grain elevator. From here, we're going to have the bank. And in fact, this is why I do this creatively. I'm actually not going to have that letter from William Sturgis to Alberta Sturgis because my second A1 poster is going to be about her youth and her seasons and Swami. So I'm going to have one subheading, kind of her youth, second seasons, or Swami, and then the third, her seasons. But I am going to have a picture of William Sturgis here and the family house, and then just sort of trace it back, ending with how much wealth there really was and the story behind Kate Sturgis Buckingham. Yeah. So that is poster number 1. I'm sure I'll chop and change it, but to give you an idea of kind of where I'm going with this.